show me, then come on and show me. Then wanna show me, then come on and do it.
Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are talking about Schedule 1. Now I don't know about you guys, but unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard of this video game. It peaked with about 450,000 players a few days ago playing at the same exact time, which is just absolutely crazy. Now essentially the premise of Schedule 1 is you go around, you sell drugs to different types of people, and those different drugs cause different reactions out of them. Like one turns into an alien and literally disappears, and the other one legitimately explodes. No joke. Now recently you probably heard about the investigation conducted by Movie Games, but they are investigating Schedule 1 for having the infringement of an IP, which essentially means that Movie Games is accusing Schedule 1 of ripping off one of their video games, Drug Dealer Simulator 2. Now, a few days ago, Movie Games did put out a statement talking about why they are conducting an investigation, and I'll leave it on the screen right here for you to read. Now, to summarize this, they're investigating Schedule 1 because they believe there are big similarities between Schedule 1 and Drug Simulator 2, which there kind of is. They do have a very similar plot where you go around and you have to avoid local law enforcement, and you get to sell a bunch of crazy drugs and build your own drug empire. But it's kind of hard to do a different type of game that has to do with drug dealing. Now, honestly, I believe this is just another example of a big gaming company taking advantage of a small indie developer and putting them through the ringer when it comes to actually capitalizing off the popularity of their game. Now, Drug Dealer Simulator 2 has a decent fan base and is a pretty decently popular game, but when it's compared to Schedule 1, it's really not even close. Now, ever since this entire situation has come out, a few different things have happened. Now, if you decide to go to Drug Dealer Simulator's 2 Steam page, it has been absolutely review bombed like crazy, making it almost 50-50 with negative and positive reviews. And a lot, if not all of those negative reviews, have come ever since this investigation has been conducted by Movie Games. Now, personally, do I think going after the game and the developers is the best idea? No, because as you guys know, Movie Games is the publishing company. They are not the developers of Drug Dealer Simulator 2. Now, the developing group for Drug Dealer Simulator 2, they are called Byte Runners. Now, Byte Runners, as of this recording, put out a statement yesterday talking about how they are not affiliated with this situation at all to maybe help calm down the review bombs on Drug Dealer Simulator 2. Personally, reading this statement, I don't know about you guys, but it really seems like the CEO of Byte Runners was forced to write this statement. And he truly, if we were to actually ask him how he feels if he wasn't affiliated with Movie Games, he would probably have a different opinion of this whole situation. You know, this whole situation just kind of reminds me of like when a boss just wants to target a specific employee and another employee just has to support the boss because he's being threatened to get fired if he doesn't. You know, it's kind of just reminding me of like some crazy power trip that's trying to fit the boss's specific agenda and just going against a specific employee, even for no reason. Now granted, that was a terrible analogy, but I think you guys get where I'm going with this whole entire situation. I think that Movie Games is trying to take majority of the credit for Schedule 1 and its popularity and trying to make it sound like the creator stole their ideas from their video game. I mean, in my opinion, that could be the only logical reason why they're acting like this or even taking action in the first place. Because in the statement released by Movie Games, they state that they are mandated to investigate things that have potential similar characteristics to video games that they help publish or potential infringement of characters. But if that truly was the case why they are conducting this investigation, then many other big publishing companies would be doing the same exact thing they are right now. They would be taking action against many indie creators for having very similar characteristics or concepts in their games as they do in the games that was published by those publishing companies. So what exactly is going to happen with this whole entire investigation, and how is this going to turn out for Schedule 1 and Drug Dealer Simulator 2 and Movie Games? Well, there's two different scenarios that I was thinking was going to happen with this whole entire investigation. And the first situation is that they get so much hate that they just stop the investigation entirely and stop looking into the whole entire thing, which is entirely possible if people keep on negatively, reviewing their video games.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
And just absolutely trashing them just because they're published by Movie Games. Now, the second scenario is that Movie Games lets the situation die down, but they keep on conducting the investigation for the next few months. Then, they finally filed a lawsuit because they believe they found some sort of small characteristic that barely ties the two games together, and they are going to use that as representation for their lawsuit, bringing back this whole entire drama. Now, personally, what do I think is going to happen out of the two scenarios, and which one is more likely? Well, I think scenario number one is more likely if they're really going to go by the statement they put out. But realistically, the company is probably going to lean more towards scenario 2. I believe that as long as this drama is going on, that they're going to be capitalizing off of every penny and off of every article and everything made about movie games conducting this investigation. Do I believe that there's going to be some sort of lawsuit towards Schedule 1 by movie games? Yes, I absolutely do believe that. Even if it's just movie games trying to pursue a lawsuit, I do believe that in some sort of way movie games will try to file a lawsuit against Schedule 1 because it just seems like that's what movie games is trying to do. They're making it sound like that's what's not happening at all. The statement is just a giant justification for why they are doing this, and the thing is that everyone sees right through the statement and knows what truly is happening. The entire public is aware that movie games is just using that statement as an excuse to make it sound like they have a valid reason for investigating Schedule 1 when they don't. But I think that will do it for today's video, guys. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.